The pressure's really on in the Premier League Mixed Game Championship. This is the last chance for Group A to secure points to make the top 3 of the league and get that final table seat. Let's see what happened last time.
Last time, the pressure of the points hit home for Group A.
Today's everything for me.
Feel the power.
Live Schwartz, ladies and gentlemen.
So fishy. I got to come first or second, basically, to get through.
When I'm about to do something, I think, is this stupid? And if the answer is yes, I'm not going to do it.
Idiots. I don't know, you guys got no heart. It was the time to go. I have to perform, I have to get some casualties.
You're ganging up on me.
They're ganging up.
Defeat is not an option.
Coming up, it's a full-scale war of words for Pescatori and Dempsey.
You're still bitching against me? I mean, are you stopping? You get destroyed every time. How can you take it personally? You never won anything. It's starting, I could feel it. Just be quiet and say, every once in a while, just say, Tony G is my hero, then you're gonna look good. Tony G is my hero. I'm a poker fan. Yeah, we know you're a poker fan. You're not a poker player. You know you have one thing that you're better than me? Tell the truth. You're taller. I think you're a donk. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Here are the league standings in Group A. As they stand now, Max Pescatori just playing for final table chips. Every point converted to 20K chips at that final table. Dempsey feeling good, and it's wide open for Tony G, Janetti, Luke Schwartz, and Jennifer Tilly. Nothing but a strong finish will do to get them to the final table.
So Max Pescatori is the only player guaranteed a final table seat, and any one of the other 5 players can still make it through. With Jennifer Tilly and Matt Gianetti using their double-up cards, this one will go right to the wire. Back to your commentators, Andrew Feldman and Jesse May.
Each player has their own plan here for how they're going to get through to that final table. Some work better than others. For Max Pescatori, he can just swing wildly, and it's work to a T, over 600K. Dempsey needs to survive, while Tony G, Janetti, and Luke Schwartz mostly have to look out for each other. For Jennifer Tilly, she has to go up, or she'll go out.
He wouldn't be grinding 10-20 in the Bellagio, would he?
Spirits still quite high at this table. Lots of banter.
So Gianetti with the ace-8 in the cutoff, definitely going to come in for a raise. And Jennifer
Raise to 15,000.
Bring it over, Razor.
Lips down that Queen-8, which obviously goes into the nut.
And I think Tony G has to play a lot of hands here.
He could call.
We saw with the 9-10.
Yep.
You know, Gianetti, when Gianetti's in, he's in.
Yep.
And Gianetti obviously knows that, Andrew, so he loves these spots. I mean, you know, for him to be told that Tony G's going to call with every hand out of the small blind when he raises on the cutoff, he's just thinking, can we lock the doors? He's, you know.
He does, but equally, he knows that, like this particular spot, what does he do with ace-high? I mean, Tony G's out flopped, and does he go for the continuation bet? I would like to see him bet this board with ace-high, but we've seen him before in the past, his tendency to check behind these kind of flops, and it just now gives the door for Tony G to bet, although I don't know if Tony G will bet on that turn. And it's now probably going to go check again. And does Tony G fade it? He does. He might value bet bottom pair. It's very thin though.
C2 raised to 16. Bet, sorry, 16.
Yeah.
Tony kind of needs to bet this here.
He could.
I feel like for his pride, you know, even though he won that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hand, Andrew, he did feel kind of owned because he didn't get much money. He needs to get this spike bottom pair bet back.
Which, I mean, as we can see, Gianetti's very confused. He's like, would you value bet here with 3s, 5s, 7s?
Oh, yeah.
Would you value bet with a 4, a 2? You probably bet the turn with a 6, a 9, a jack. Like, your hand kind of looks like Queen 10, King 10, 10, 8, 10, 7, 7, 5. Like, there's a lot of hands ace-high beats here. And he probably just, I mean, I think he might call here with ace-high.
The greatest thing about this call is going to be Tony G's comment after he shows the hand and rakes in the pot.
It looks like
let's hear the needle.
He's talking himself into
Stick
calling.
the needle in.
Yeah, this would be oh, well done, Tony G. Fantastic bet. That's a fantastic bet by Tony G. That shows the marks of a world-class player who can value bet 5th pair there and win.
Kicker was
fantastic.
Come on, G, stick in the needle. Kicker was good. Yes.
And look at that. Look at the swing difference that has. That puts Tony G on 315,000 and Giannetti on 295.
That's the mark of a world-class player.
Phenomenal.
Kicker was good.
Phenomenal. And you can see Matt feels a little bit owned there to just call him with a side.
For 3 or 4 days, you kids are just messing around, scrambling around, trying to get 1 or 2 points all the time. It's embarrassing.
I dumped it off. Dumped it off to you.
You dumped it off.
I like the fact James Dempsey's a bit mouthy. It's good. He's trying to draw Tony G out, and it's fun.
First place.
And it's just purely for sport, isn't it, Andrew? He sort of enjoys the battle. You know, let's see what Tony G's got. It's that kind of
That's
thing.
exactly it. People enjoy taking Tony G on, just trying to get a reaction out of him. He usually ends up on top. This should be interesting. So Giannetti opens with a premium hand. Tony obviously calls in position with the 8-9 of the same suit. Pescatore comes along with the Queen-9 suited, and Luke folds. So we could have some interesting flops here if diamonds comes or some middling cards. So let's see how this flop develops.
Yeah, if there's been
Oh wow, this is huge for Pescatore. Massive flop here, and Giannetti does pretty well to check here, to be honest, because he doesn't really want to get check raised, which is exactly what Pescatore would do. If a 10 comes, okay, 6-0. Now Giannetti takes an overwhelming lead, but Pescatore correctly bets his monster draw.
Amazing, really, the check on the flop by Giannetti. Whether he did it to check raise Tony G or because he was a little worried about Pescatore, but they could have gotten all the money in on the flop. Much different now, and I mean, Giannetti has to really consider: is he willing to battle Pescatore for stacks right now?
Yeah, this is
the biggest. This is the biggest moment in his tournament.
He shouldn't be raising with Ace King here. Not against Pescatore.
Call.
He's gone all in. He's gone all in, and Pescatore now
may call here.
And it's a massive re-raise.
Yeah, he might call with his
on the flop. He definitely would have called. He can't call on the turn.
Yeah, this is a really bad bet.
Giannetti's played him like a drum.
He has, but I don't. He does, but this is the only type of hand
him like a
which
drum.
Pescatore may call here. He just folds every other type hand.
But Giannetti's 75% favorite.
No, wait, yeah, he's a huge favorite. He's a huge favorite.
And Pescatore's wishing he had check raised now or something like that.
Or just bet smaller. I don't know why you full pot here, because if Giannetti does do this, what do you do with your... He folded, and now he...
And basically, Pescatore has now just given chips to Giannetti. Yeah. Look at Schwartz. Look at G. They're like, give the Italian an umbrella.
I could call and get a 7 from heaven.
That was bad by Pescatore. You just should not be betting the full pot there. You have to bet half, half pot.
It's always nice when they bet pot though, isn't it? I want to bet like 30k. Just have 70.
You're still bitching against me. I mean, are you stopping?
No, but
you get destroyed every time.
You take it personally. I'm not criticizing you as a person. You're not a guy.
You're criticizing my play.
It's just,
you never won anything.
It's not a personal attack. You take it so personally.
Why? Every time you made a stupid mistake, I didn't like pointing it out to everybody. Yes, I did make a mistake to bet 70,000. You're right. So are you happy then?
I don't get it. Doesn't bother me, but I feel for my friend Luke. He's under it. So he's trying to do well, and you're dumping shit.
It's nothing to do with it. If you don't
deal with him, if you swap the percentage, is that what it is? You're just passing him chips.
Oh, now you're saying that I'm actually cheating?
I'm just asking if you swap the percentage.
My goodness. And stop kissing ass of Tony G. That's the only reason that you think you're going to get invited again.
It's on you, by the way.
Saying that you're a big fan. You're a big fan with Tony G.
I am the #1 fan, Tony G.
So I'm going to be invited again. Thank you. I'm a big fan of Tony G.
He's the man of TV poker.
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
I'm his #1 fan. I can't lie. I told you. I tell the truth.
You know you have one thing that you're better than me?
I tell the truth.
You're taller. There you go. That's the only thing. You're actually taller than me. So there you go.
He doesn't have a beard.
Well, now this is just beginning between Pescatori and Dempsey because they're going to be meeting at the final table almost for sure.
Yeah. He's the dumpster. He's the dumpster.
We both love the game. We both love the game of poker.
I mean,
you've got to hand it Dempsey for
destroyed all the time.
Had to hand it for Dempsey for one thing. His timing is perfect.
You're a lovely guy.
He knows exactly what happened.
I absolutely think
it's a game,
that you're not a lovely guy.
It's a game.
What did he say?
I think you're a donk.
I just said like.
Not only you're a
Why
donk.
don't you two play heads up? Why don't you two go to the Vic today and play heads up?
But he's gonna be broke if we do that.
That's way to settle it.
Why would he do that?
I'm broke now.
Yeah, you will go broke if you keep playing poker, especially if you attack good players.
It is quite entertaining to watch, I
he's
must
playing
admit.
bad, blah, 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 blah. Just be quiet. It's the best way you're gonna look good on TV. If you're quiet and you say, Tony G is my hero. That's the best way.
Tony G is my hero.
Yeah, just be quiet and say, every once in a while, just say, Tony G is my hero. Then you're gonna look good. Then you're gonna look good. You might actually look like a player. Instead you come out with things like I'm a poker fan. Yeah, we know you're a poker fan. You're not a poker player. You just won because it's random and it's poker. That's great for that. You can actually win something by being mediocre.
I think
And that's what you are. So now, if I make another mistake, which it was, by the way, just be quiet next time so I won't destroy you by just words.
I think this is one case where the rule about not talking if you're not in the hand doesn't
That's the
really
end of my
apply.
sentence.
I think everybody has agreed
Let's
that
be friends now again,
Pescatori
okay?
has the right to have the
Friends?
floor.
You two should just play heads up. Heads up for rolls tonight.
He's not gonna play me. What is he gonna play me
I think
for?
he'll play you.
Yeah, his ego might play me, and then he's gonna have no money left.
We don't want that to happen.
And we don't want that to happen, right? The other players don't want it.
he's
You
got
want
the
to
up
share
and
the
down
wealth.
now. I think
It was a small bet and call by Dempsey on the
Everyone's a
flop.
winner here.
And
he turns the gem card, and I think this goes check. It might go bet.
yeah, I mean, Dempsey must feel like Schwartz has got air here sometimes as well.
Well, he's betting as a merge, to be honest. Puts a lot of pressure on an
Only
8.
limps pre, so all the banter
So
will make
he's
TV.
like, it puts a hell of a lot of pressure on Luke.
Luke says I only lived so all the banter would be on TV.
I mean, I have to be a little bit
Oh, what a guy.
upsetting me.
Luke decided to fold the 8, and Dempsey made a strong
I
bet.
think you should play heads up for 50k tonight, the both of you.
I like
Alright,
it.
I'll play Omar. Because Hold'em clearly is random. He won the first one. You saw that, how he did it. He won 3 coin flips against me, and then he won like 3 times at 30% a hand against Matt. There is nothing wrong to be like one of the worst players at this table. I mean, everybody's pretty good, so actually quite good.
I just wanted to get out of here. I was like, this is like my family. It's like dinner at my family's house.
Why, there is one smarter than the others?
I don't say anything I don't say anything bad about you as a person. I'm not very good at football. If someone says football, I don't mind. You're terrible at poker. Someone says terrible. Don't take it personally. It's not a personal insult. I'm not attacking your person.
It's great. It's just good stuff all around.
As long as there are no fists raised, I'm sure everything will be fine.
We're down here. I mean, fists are fine as far as I'm concerned.
Because we got a poker, okay.
Okay, it looks like Jennifer will be shoving the raise with 5 big blinds.
Yeah,
I
and-
really would hate it if she folds here right now. Yeah. And James calls with the king 7. This I don't mind by James. He has a king.
The centipede.
And as we see, the percent is 6. He's only a 64 dog.
Jennifer all in again. She's a double up. Dempsey, of course, recognizes the implied odds in knocking Jennifer out. He can start playing a little freer because he'll be in for
Wow.
sure. And what a
That ace.
flop.
But Dempsey obviously with a nut flush draw, so a heart will send her packing. So she's got quite a few cards to dodge right now. Okay, she's dodged it. She just needs to dodge one more heart, and she will double up and be right back in it. And she has.
I need my 10 deuces.
So there we go. Jennifer Tilley with another lifeline, and she's up to 111,000, 11 big blinds. You know, and like I say, stranger things have happened in poker, and with the blinds this big, one more double up and she's almost back to average, so I certainly wouldn't write Jennifer out just yet.
We'll be back after the break for more from the final league match of Group A for the Mixed Game Championship in London. Welcome back. Group A is in action for their final league match, with the players being awarded points for where they finish. It's 8 points for the win, 6 for the runner-up, and then 3, 2, 1, and 0 for the first player knocked out. After this match, it'll be the top 3 in each group that goes through to the final table. And now, back to the action.
We've already got a little bit of drama, even if we lose Tony G, Jennifer Tilly, and Luke Schwartz, who's a lot of the character at the final table. I think this Dempsey-Pescatori feud is definitely this could be the new Helmuth versus G. It could be the Italian pirate versus the bold Flushy.
Well, I'm going to be right in the middle of things for the final later on, so I'm really not. I really don't want to be getting in the...
You don't want to take sides?
No, certainly not. Like I said, as long as fists aren't raised, then and it's all in good faith, then things will be okay. So Tony G with the Ace Jack
C2
raises 20,000.
Bet 200.
Oh wow, Luke in the big blind with deuces.
Well, now
could 3-bet. He could. Oh, he could fold. I think I've played with Luke quite a lot. I think he's going to fold here. It's just not. I mean, the risk reward. He's got a risk basically 220,000 to pick up 42,000. It's just not. The risk reward isn't great. He's just going to wait for a better spot. But I don't know. You don't know here. It depends how Luke feels.
Yeah, well, when we talk about better spot, I mean, both these guys, Schwartz and G, know they have to gamble. Both of them know that at some point they're going to have to knock the other out. And if they're offered a coin flip against each other, you know, I mean, I think they're going to take it on. They're taking it on.
They're all in, but Luke doesn't realize he's actually in front. Luke went with it, and he's in front.
I'm not sure if Luke can pass now.
He has to call.
He is, and it is a flip. And basically, their stacks will merge to one. One of them will be nominated to take on Matt Gianetti.
Yep.
The other will hit the road. Schwartz has got a few, might have a chip or two back, but basically all their chips are in the center. This is for who goes.
Wow,
it's Luke. Luke's ahead right now.
Luke usually does well at these in TV tournaments. He doesn't usually lose flips too often. Tony G's pretty much out the door.
Good luck. Nah. Still got nah. Have I got more chips than you or not? I'm honestly not sure.
It's over.
Hope so.
He's still got 6 hours. I don't know why he's feeling so negative. Huge chips
It's
here.
big for Schwartz. Big for G. Big for Gianetti.
Let's all scream up when the sun gets down. All do a scream up.
do it. I'm doing it.
Schwartz is saying even if it doesn't come in Ace or Jack, he's going to scream it just to bring Tony back. He thinks that'll be more fun. That'll be more fun than even knocking out Tony.
Oh! I just knew when Tony was walking.
Bring back G. And this is it for Schwartz.
Yeah.
Unless he hits a deuce, he's out. He's out of this Premier League.
Unlucky to Luke. He played as well as he could. He didn't get any spots and he didn't win the flip.
Don't say anything. No one say anything.
Nah. Unlucky Luke. Nothing he could do. I mean, he could have folded, but he went like you say. He went to gamble. It's not.
Tony G has actually left the building. They're going to have to go find him. He's in a taxi.
That's just that.
Luke wanted it so bad.
Wow.
Sometimes the cards just don't cooperate.
219.
219.
I think they're still trying to find where Tony G's gone right now.
I believe they are trying to locate.
I just hope he hasn't. I hope he hasn't got his private jet back to wherever it is.
Yeah, he does.
Oh wow, he really has gone. I guess he'll just be blinded out until they find him.
I think he has like a Limo. All in.
And they will deal around Tony G right now. Luke, of course, is going to be all in, basically, in the small blind.
Two big cards.
Six plus.
Two very big
And
cards.
one other thing that's about to happen, as soon as Luke gets knocked out, and Jennifer Tilly's got a very short stack as well.
Jennifer's obviously going to play this ace.
But it's probably going to put Dempsey through.
27.
As we said, the only thing that would knock Dempsey out is if one person goes, is if Giannetti and Tilly go first and second.
I needed a deuce last round as well.
Oh, so Luke with the 4 deuce, all in against ace 4. Looking for a deuce.
I think you would have rather had the deuce last hand.
I believe James Dempsey folded a deuce, so there's only 2 of them left out there.
Where's my out?
Not looking great for him. There are some backdoor chops here, backdoor straights. So as we see, it's 5% of the time this is going to be chopped. Just a deuce now.
He's certainly been a lot of fun in this Party Poker Premier League Poker Mixed Game Championship. And
2 twos.
He played all the games well, but for Schwartz tonight, he had too much to do. And it's going to be Tony G.
Another 2,000. What does that mean? I might have even called it pre-flop.
That, well, now we know that Amarillo, that Jack Strauss won the World Series of Poker after getting knocked out and finding a chip under his cocktail napkin. That was in 1981.
And I never heard that story.
Never. You don't hear that story?
Nah.
Did you see there was another 2,000?
Yeah, that goes over, sweet.
Oh, it goes over?
Yeah.
Luke out now, his place, and I believe that's nearly cemented Dempsey's place at the final table. Obviously Jennifer Tilly still short stacked, but it's looking like a G versus Giannetti showdown.
Does Tony know that he has chips? Am I the big blind? No, I'm not.
Unfortunately, we've lost Luke from the table, and that does mean that we won't be seeing you at the final. But this mixed game championship, just a precursor to the main event of the Premier League. We'll see you there, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm definitely going to be there for the Premier League. I'm going to try and do better than I did last year, which was second. I think this was kind of a weird tournament. Didn't really have any good players, so pretty disappointing to just bust out and last or whatever. But I lost a lot of flips. Normally I win the flips on the TV poker, but wasn't to be this time.
Maybe next time, though. We'll see you again. Thank you.
Absolutely. See you.
With Luke Schwartz out in 0 points, all players now guaranteed at least 1. That's going to put Dempsey up to 17. He's pretty much through, unless some weird confluence of events. Tony G, right now, if things finish this way, it would be G through and Giannetti and Tilly out. But there's still plenty to play for among those 3.
Having a quick chat with Tony G, who thought that he busted out, but apparently you walked off before the final card was dealt.
Yeah, well, things have been going so bad, I decided to go. I thought someone would have shouted out, but they all kept quiet.
No doubt they did. They all wanted you to get off the table.
And I did. I nearly left. I was going to leave and just walk away, but...
Well, you've got to get back in there, though, so I shouldn't keep you up. So here we go. Off you go. Back to your table. You still have chips.
Let's go!
Welcome back to the Party Poker Premier League Mixed Game Championship. We won't be seeing Luke Schwartz on our final table. He's out in 6th. Let's get back to the action.
So we finally see the return of the G.
I believe that Tony G has come back to assert his power.
I thought I had likely had the best hand.
Now it's a Jennifer Tilly with the deuces on the gun with 16 big blinds. Very tricky. Very tricky hand.
Wow, Tony's gotten very aggressive here. This was
100.
This is about as that was about as snap decision as he could make.
This is a tough spot for Jennifer Tilly. And Dempsey with ace queen suited. Wow. And now he jams. See, I mean...
Well, this is going to be mad. Tony G can't fold. I think he's put too many chips in here.
Wow, this is crazy.
And for G, he's about to lose about half his stack.
That's assuming he doesn't hit. I mean, you never know with Tony G, but I'm a little bit shocked there that Dempsey gets his chips in so quick. When Tony G shouldn't be 3-betting there light. Yeah, I am shocked, but to his credit, he's got his chips in good shape, and it's a monster pot here.
This feels like a pot for everything. For Dempsey, it's surety as far as going through to the final table. For Tony G, does he have the chips to take on Giannetti, or is he going to be second class?
So so they're rooting for their other opponent's stickers.
G needs a queen.
A queen and a queen only. Otherwise, James Dempsey virtually guarantees a seat at the final table. Nope, the queen plays.
It certainly does. Dempsey doubles, G in half. And for Giannetti, that was the greatest pot he never played.
Indeed it was.
Well done. I don't care.
Lines are up to 7 and 15,000. And as quick as Tony G got a hold of those chips, he gave half of them back. Dynamics always changing. Giannetti, a lot of reasons to play tight right now. And Tilly and Tony the opposite. Here comes Flushy, really picking up the pace.
So he opens the 7-6 of diamonds, and Jennifer in the small blind with an ace. Now she could definitely shove here. I mean, this I wouldn't mind folding so much, but so she folds, and Tony G with 6s. I'd imagine he's going to pot this. He should be 3-betting this and just going with it.
Well, yeah.
You can see he doesn't love it, but you have to play your hand out here with, what, how many 18 big blinds? I don't like calling. I just 3-bet, get it in.
Yeah, it might have something to do with the fact that it's Dempsey. I mean, that's at least the way maybe Tony G's thinking, I guess. You still don't...
See, now he's been out-flopped, and he may even play this, he may even just get it in. But I think this goes check, to be honest. I don't think Dempsey wants to bet and get it in with bottom pair and the low-end straight draw. And this, again, goes check. And as we see, Jennifer, if she did shove with the ace, she would have doubled up. Not in love with this bet by Dempsey, to be honest, because but it actually gets Tony to call with an inferior hand, which is very interesting. And oh wow, what a river card! The one card in the deck which is going to give Tony the win. That's incredible. Wow, this guy runs good. This guy runs seriously good. Oh, wow. And now Dempsey may just cycle here with bottom 2. Oh, that's just ridiculous card. I mean, I'm thinking an 8 is going to be a lucky card for Tony G, not a 6. And it gives Dempsey a hand which may get him to call. He's getting over 3 to 1. That's just an insane river card.
I think he's getting quite a bit more than that. Tony only bet 35,000.
Oh, 35. Sorry, I thought it was 55. So he's getting almost 4, 5 to 1 on his money. But he can't beat anything. That's the reality. Dempsey cannot beat anything. He can only beat Queen Jack. The flush got there. The straight got there. Ace-6 got there. No, there's just no hand. Tony G doesn't play ace-jack like this. There's just no hand he can beat. Only Queen-jack. Or only Queen-jack. This is a bad call. That's as bad. This is throwing chips away. He's going to be sick when he sees this. Yeah, he's going to be sick as a parrot. But I'm sorry.
Tony's trying to figure it out. And now the big smile.
You don't win the pot with an 8, do you?
Yes. I don't? He can't even figure out what he had there when he said he's got one out.
Get your money back.
It's starting. I can feel it.
Wow.
It's turned around.
Feel the power.
Tell him, Tony. Tell him again.
Let's put Tony in a very strong position now.
The only thing Tony G likes more than winning is winning his own way, and that's the way Tony likes to win.
And he
win by putting pain on others.
And he likes to extract value when he knows he's got in front. He got Giannetti to call with ace-high before, and he got Dempsey to call with a hand which he knew wasn't good. Oh wow, the two rivals, and this is so James Dempsey has 3-bet with the King Jack. Pescatore with the two ladies. He's obviously going nowhere.
And James is going to have to call this off, isn't
he? Yes, he probably is. He's going to absolutely hate it. And, oh, does he fold? Oh, he calls.
This is it for Dempsey.
Wow,
this is huge. If he gets knocked here, he's going to have to watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, and like, you know, he may have, I mean, obviously it's going to Pescatore, which isn't the end of the world, because obviously it has to finish Tilly / Giannetti. But
right, but wouldn't Pescatore, here we go.
He's just a jack, so he needs a king or a jack, otherwise James Dempsey will be collecting 1 point.
2 10s. He didn't say that this time.
And there it is. Dempsey gets his double up.
That's huge. So, that was huge for Flushy. And how happy is he?
Yeah.
How happy is he?
He'll be pretty happy, especially against his arch rival. So now that has guaranteed James Dempsey and Pescatore the 2 final places.
I think Dempsey is going to now try and knock Pescatore out in 5th. Max goes quite short stacked.
50, 290, 300, 370.
With Max having short stack now, James has to be Tony's friend as far as Tony's concerned. He needs to shepherd James along, because he may need James to run interference if Giannetti starts to go deep, or Tilly. And yeah, the dumpster, as he calls him, will become Tony's best friend.
So Giannetti opens with an ace in the cutoff, perfectly fine. Jennifer folds.
Tony's going to shadow him. He's not going to let him breathe.
Tony calls with a 7-5, and Pescatore's in with the 10-4.
Wow, we've got some fun now. This is like pickup sticks.
This is could be interesting to see how this board plays out. Ah, wow, huge flop again for Pescatore, the straight and flush draw. This is the 2nd time he's flopped this hand against Giannetti.
Well,
how does he play it this time? I don't know whether he bet calls off. I don't know whether he checks back. He's got a really marginal spot here.
This is also much different from the flop that Giannetti checked behind for pot control earlier.
That you felt a lot more confident. This you don't feel as great about because it's 3 Broadway cards.
He may be. I mean, Giannetti might feel like he has to bet to get it in.
No, I don't know.
Pescatore's definitely going to check raise.
Yeah, Pescatore has to raise. He has to raise. 40. He has to raise here. I mean, some players might call, but you just raise 100% of the time.
Because he's free rolling. This
particular spot, you just get all your chips in and you put Giannetti to the test. It's a must raise. And he has done that, I believe. Yeah, and that's a nice size raise. I wouldn't have raised pot because it looks like a draw. This looks like it could be Queen 10. Maybe Ace Jack. And you can see Giannetti hates this. And I think he's not going to jam. Like, he much would have rather have called a shove. Giannetti just is in a horrible spot. He just has to fold, really. Because you have to you've got to put your opponent on specifically this kind of hand, or maybe something like Jack 8 of clubs. But you're never a huge favourite against those hands. And if he has Queen 10, you're dead. If he has Ace Jack, you're virtually dead. This is a fold now. It's just, and that's why maybe he should have checked back the flop. I don't know.
Well, if Giannetti does fold here, several people are going to be very happy. Not just Pescatore, Tony G, Jennifer.
Wow,
and he's cracked it. He's cracked it. But still, it is a flip.
Wow,
it is a flip, and
flip.
It's for Giannetti. This is everything. For Tony G, it's everything.
Wow. I know you probably have A6. Think about it. We all want
It's Pescatori to hit.
Yeah.
Can you hit for me one time?
Root for me one time.
I'm rooting for you big time.
Come on. Let's cheer. Come on.
Wow, as we can see, Tony G and Jennifer Tilly will be screaming for this club or a queen.
At least I want to improve the hand.
Plus, he's up 3 million this week, so it's not like he has to win this one.
What a spot we have here. This is huge for Tony G.
As you can see, Tony G's rooting for Max. Even Tilly's rooting for Max.
Of course.
Everybody's rooting for Max but Matt. Is it Matt or Max?
Nope. Blank on the turn.
You can see by
Club or
Tony's
a queen on the river. Otherwise, I think we will have our final 3 place finishers.
Here it comes.
Nope. And he.
What a hold!
Wow.
What a hold!
Good game.
Wow, that's.
Max Pescatori is going to be back at the final table. He's still likely
What can I say?
to be one of the chip leaders there. He is going to be one of the chip leaders there. He takes 1 point for 5th, but for Gianetti, he now tops G in the table and ups these final table stakes.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a very, very strong position to get to the final 3. Second in chips overall. So Tony G has got a lot of work cut out to make it. It can still be done, and Jennifer's still there, but I'm definitely taking Gianetti to make that final place.
It's important to be in the final at the end, and then as we saw, I had a big chip lead, put them in well, and still I'm out, so it can happen, and so I'm happy to be in the final and be fun.
Great, well, good luck in the final. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Playboy Club in London for the last league match for Group A, the Pot Limit Hold'em. Max Pescatori is out in 5th, but with his place already secured, he's left it wide open for who will be joining him. Let's get back to the game.
5%. I don't know if he knows he's got 5%.
The only thing that Tony G now has to be aware of is that if he comes first and Gianetti comes second, then Gianetti is through. Tony G must be aware that he has to shepherd James Dempsey along.
Finally, we'll see Tilly's chips going in. 4.6 big blinds are going in here with the 2 9s. I don't really think. I don't think Tony G's calling when it's gone under the gun open. He's gonna. There's no real need to get involved here. He will just have to hope she wins and Gianetti's stack gets decreased. Yeah, he's gonna fold. I mean, if Gianetti didn't open, then it's a call. That's fine, but not when Gianetti's opened.
I'm trying to think. What are the tactical considerations of Tony taking?
No, there's nothing. I don't think there is anything. He just has to hope Gianetti calls and loses.
Does he think there could be money in this? That there's going to be money in the center if he can get Gianetti off the hand. He's on a bit of a free roll. I don't know.
Just the ace.
I particularly love this play by Tony.
He's decided he's taken Gianetti out of it. It was bizarre, wasn't it?
A little bit, yeah. I would be interested to know what his thought process was behind it. I mean, he's always got 30%, 27% in the hand, but
If you have kings, I have to go for it. Aces are dead. It's like flopping a set.
There's the 3. And for what a great spot for Tilly.
Yes,
there's like 250K in here. She could be in this in a huge way.
Yep. I think
huge way.
She'll be right back in it. And there we go. Drawing dead. So she gets a double up.
3 from 3.
And she's right back in it.
100%. Playing perfect.
And look at that. Ace-2 would have got there. So Gianetti would have called and she would have been out.
Yeah,
so Tony G has just saved Jennifer Tilly's life
absolutely
by making a very questionable play. Because absolutely Gianetti was not folding, and he's going to be sick to see that.
Yep. Absolutely, and for Jennifer Tilly now,
unbelievable.
I mean, she's basically in a stronger position of Gianetti, almost, and the reason is because of her double up card. She controls her own destiny. She wins with a top 2 spot unless Gianetti beats her. Second is good for her in any combination except for Giannetti first. And James Dempsey is going to relish the role of spoiler. I'm not sure exactly what he knows what to do with it.
He has a tell. When he goes out, he always does. He's going to do something. Think race most of the time.
When he thinks for ages, and the action's on him.
Yeah,
Do
it's
something.
always.
It's kind of
Never
general tell.
falls.
Most people in poker do that. When it's on them, and they haven't put chip in the pot, they think for a while. They usually do something.
I think he's just going to call.
Oh, he's just gone for the pot.
That's a good chance for me.
Now, Tony's.
That's a nice chance for me. I got two different
wow.
cards.
So he's gone with it. He's just open. He's got ace king, and he's up against the May pair.
Tony G said, let's gamble. The one thing he didn't want to see was the high pair. He wouldn't have minded looking at ace king, he says, but this is much worse. What is he, 20%? What is he, less?
Need a bit of luck.
And he's
it is bad. It is bad. And the G.
That's over. That's as bad as you can get.
That's about as that was.
More chips in it.
He has to hit runner perfect.
He really felt like he had to
7 or a
gamble.
6, and that's
no hope.
And that's it. Tony's out. He gave it his best shot, but Giannetti just hit the cards when he needed to. So unfortunately, we'll be seeing the end of Tony G in the first season of the Premier League.
He is out. He is out of the Mixed Game Championship. He'll take 2 points for finishing 4th.
Well done.
That is never going to be good. It was looking good for a while. That last hand was a big gamble. And for Giannetti, the November Niner.
It's all but over now. I mean, it would be an absolute miracle if Jennifer Tilly turns this around. Just can't see it happening.
She's got her back to the wall, Jennifer Tilly, and second place is not going to be good enough. Unless, of course, Giannetti goes out third. But for Jennifer Tilly, she's still got a chance.
We've double-checked it, and this time Tony G is out, unfortunately. That must have been a very frustrating interval for you to have to go back to the table like that.
Oh, it was good. It was nice to have a second chance.
Yeah.
Had a huge pot with Giannetti. If I needed to get very lucky, but if I do, I've got my. I'll probably make it, but it just didn't work out that way. I really gambled that hand. 2 queens was pretty bad. Ace king would have been nice, but it's life.
Will we be seeing you in the main Premier League?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be there.
Well, we look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
We know that Max Pescatori, having gotten 2 points, is going to have 420,000 chips at the final table. James Dempsey, if he comes in third, will have the same stack as
now this is an interesting spot. Dempsey opens, which is perfectly fine with the deuce 3, and this time Giannetti has a suited ace 10. He just calls, and Jennifer has to fold. Oh, no, this is horrible. Oh, this is really bad by Jennifer. She's just put in 20% of her stack with 6 high. This will be interesting how this gets played out, because obviously Dempsey's going to bet here, and he may barrel this board. No, I would have liked Dempsey to have led bet here. I mean, he obviously puts Giannetti on a huge hand, but even if he has ace 10, ace queen, he can't sustain two streets. And this probably gets... okay, well, he might represent the jack here. Like, you know, act like he's got jack 9, queen jack, which he does. But Giannetti correctly makes the call. He's not folding for 50,000.
Want to see Dempsey barrel this river just for fun anyway. It will definitely put Giannetti in a tough spot.
But it's not. He's not going to be all in. He hits a 3 and he just hopes he's got king queen, which he doesn't, obviously, and that puts Giannetti up to almost 1.1 million, and Jennifer down to 98,000.
There's a way of getting around the problem. Just call.
Yeah.
I don't hate James's play there at all. But I think he should have bet. He should have bet the flop. Obviously, would have got called in. He could easily have bet this turn as well.
Yeah, for sure. He would have called. Only bad things can happen. I tried to call flop top there.
So Jennifer is down to 5 big blinds right now. Giannetti on the button with a 3. Ace 3 and Jennifer with the 2 6s. Okay, so she's got a good shot here at doubling up. Obviously getting called. And she's going to be in a good spot to double up to 12 big blinds. So
Jennifer Tilly all in here, and this is it. It's all over basically, except for a little bit of shouting. If Tilly doesn't, if Giannetti can hit the ace, if Tilly doubles up, she's back in it. Oh wow!
What a sick window card.
How many lives have you got?
What?
How many lives have you got?
Oh, probably about.
This guy's been waiting for you to bust the whole day.
She's a 95% favourite. Oh, just an ace. Only an ace. A 3's no good. 2 outs. So she's still a 95% favourite. Oh, and there it is.
No!
And she's out.
No!
Runner.
How?
He couldn't last.
What happened?
He hit runner, full house.
It's not fair.
Her luck had to have ended eventually, and unfortunately we lose Jennifer Tilly and our final 3
She
players.
made a flush against Giannetti. He made a full house. She flopped a flush against Tony G. He made quads. There she flopped a set. Giannetti ran her down. And we now know the makeup of the final table.
After making a great run at the final spot for our final table, it was runner ugliness out there for you, wasn't it?
Right. Well, you know what? When I saw that 3 come on the turn, I just knew the river was going to be unlucky for me, because today that kind of thing has been happening all day long. I've had bad rivers all day, so you know, what can you do? I feel like I played a good game, as you know. So I wish all the boys the best of luck.
It's very good of you, and thank you so much for talking to us.
Well, thank you.
Blinds are going to be 15 and 30,000 now, and it was quite interesting, Andrew, because they played heads up that no limit hold'em, and Giannetti basically ran Dempsey over. He had the hands, but then James just doubled up by coming from behind twice to beat him.
Oh wow! So finally, now we see 2 big hands.
All in.
2 jacks. 2 jacks v King 7, and I do not like Giannetti's call here. That's a very poor call in my mind. I mean, I know he's probably getting 2 to 1, but I don't like. It's just
My turn, second.
King 7 of diamonds is going to be crushed too often.
There's obviously, you can't help thinking a little bit. Oh,
and it looks like Dempsey's doubled up.
A little bit, obviously, when Giannetti got knocked out, not knocked out, but crippled in the final table, it was the jacks against the ace 7, and.
Yep.
I know it's not really the same, but you can't help thinking about it.
I mean, it looked a little bit like a tired call, to be honest. It was just like, you know, they're both guaranteed final spots. He's not even getting 2 to 1 there with King 7. I don't like that call, to be honest.
Just every time they walk in the corridor, having to walk past like ceiling high banner of your own face. It's just like, yeah, bitches.
Well, I think if either one of these players wins the Premier League Mixed Game Championship, we should put a poster of them in the studio for next year. That might be a good thing. So that we should, you know, you have to kind of walk past the champion every year.
I think it's all going in. Yep. All going in.
Here we go.
Yeah. King 3 against King Jack. Dempsey's got the goods again, and unless a 3 or some spades come, Dempsey will be the winner of this heat.
Yeah, and quite fair as far as it'll be very tight, the chip stacks at the final table if Dempsey comes through, and he looks like he is coming through.
Unless we see running 3s, which I don't think will happen. Oh, running kings.
A fantastic performance from Matt Giannetti. To come through, see off the challenges of Luke Schwartz, Tilly, Tony G, to take that last seat at the final table. Of course, James Dempsey, another fine performance. 2 wins and a bagel for Dempsey. He's a feast or famine type of guy.
I hope so.
It was a volatile heat, but you have won it, and you are through to the final table, of course. We kind of knew that already. How did it go out there for you today?
It got a little bit hairy at one point. I found myself short, and the people I needed to get knocked out weren't getting knocked out. I mean, I came in after the first heat. I was very confident of being in the final. Obviously, messed up the PLO, and for a second there, I was thinking, "What are you doing?" But I was thinking at least it'd be a funny story if I don't make the final. But yeah, eventually things started to break my way, and I got pretty lucky in a few spots. And sure enough, a lot of chips for the final. So I'm very happy.
There's a little extra added pressure on Matt here. You had to make first or second to go into the final, so you've done that. Obviously, you're happy with your result.
Very happy. I mean, the goal today was just get to the finals. Would have been nice if I won, but you know.
Let's have a look at how the Group A League standings finished up. James Dempsey has won the table with 24 points. Max Pescatori with 20 points and Matt Gianetti with 19 points. Those three will go to the final table with their points converted to chips. For Tony G, it was 4th place and 10 points. Jennifer Tilly on 9, and Luke Schwartz, bottom of the table with 6 points alone.
So it's Max Pescatori, James Dempsey, and Matt Gianetti through to the final table from Group A. Join us next time to find out who will be joining them from Group B as they take to the table in their last league match.
Never ends, does it? Always picking on the young guys.
It's always left to pick on anymore.
They just keep trying to rob you.
Being 25. Did I lose like 50k then at hand?
I'm refusing free money, I know. I've never done this in my life.
4 for 1. You're such a nit in these spots.
Wow, a winner pot with Yevgenia. Is it actually possible? It's the first pot I've ever won against you in my life.
Did you see my cards? No. Because you've been spot on every single time.
When someone just loses a big hand, I would never sit there and tell someone they made a bad play. That's not my personality.
Okay. I get owned by Timoshenko again.